And we're waiting for YouTube to go live, and then we're going to get going over here. Hold on. Welcome, replay people. Glad to have you here. We're going live in 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 1. Taking significantly longer than usual. Hello? We're live? Really? Okay. I believe you. I mean, I don't believe you, but I do believe you. Hello, everybody. It's Matt from realgreenblog.com. My preview doesn't show me as live. It's just like getting ready to go live. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here. My name is Matt. I'm from realgreenblog.com, and we're here to hang out with you, talking about the most important thing in the whole wide world, which, of course, is going on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Thank you for joining us here. Each and every Monday, I am live with you, hanging out, talking about the most important thing in the whole wide world, which, of course, is going on a Royal Caribbean cruise. So let's start off with the most important question. How many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type your countdown in chat. Let us count down together. I have to apologize in advance. I do have a cold today, and it's not a big deal. It's not bad by any means. It's nothing crazy. But I am in the sneezy, runny nose stage of the cold, so it looks like 10 times worse than it is. But we're going to power through it. We're going to figure it out, and we're good to go. So here we go. Before we get started, though, we did have some super chats before the broadcast began. First of all, Cowboy Valley and Timberline Junction Mile Roller, thank you for becoming a club member. Welcome aboard. Chris Stell, thank you for the super chat. Only 8 more Monday chats till the Oasis Group Cruise coming up soon. Love that. These are all super chats, by the way, that came in before the broadcast began. Ed Vira, what hours do Aquadome Marketplace open? We had weird hours, Ed, because it wasn't a real cruise. Like, it wasn't even open the first day. Usually, whatever you find on Icon, Ed, you can pretty much find on Star, which is somewhere in the ballpark of like 11 to 11, like 11 a.m., 11 p.m., something like that. It's like they're open for lunch, and then like they're open for dinner, obviously, and then they're open really late, which I absolutely love. Also, Ed also added another super chat. Thank you, Ed, for your double super chat. Much appreciated. Knows the ice show arena is down a flight of stairs for playmakers. There must be an accessible way to get wheelchairs by canceling to find on the deck plans. Yes, on both sides, on one of the sides, there's an alternative entrance over there. I mean, Ed, you know Royal Caribbean, they're going to have handicap accessibility. And they're not going to be like, no, you can't go there. But I'm pretty sure it's on the sides. When you're in the theater, it says to Royal Promenade. And it's usually that there's a closed door there, but I'm sure you can get yourself over there and do that. So thank you, Ed, for the super chat. I'm going to just restart one thing real quick while I wait. YouTube is, oh my God. I just got signed out of YouTube. That's why it doesn't work. Thanks. You got to love it. YouTube is like, no, you've been signed in the entire day, but we're going to pretend that you weren't signed in. Cancel. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Stand by. Technical difficulties going on at the Royal Caribbean Blog Studios. Because, why would I be signed out of the account I've literally been using all day? I've never had this before. We're mid-broadcast. It's like, nope, just kidding. I thought sneezing was going to be the most annoying thing about this broadcast today, but we good. All right, here we go. Almost back. All right, now I'm back in the right account. And now I'm going into my studio here, and lo and behold, I am indeed live. It's a miracle. We did it, chat. And once again, thank you for the super chats. We had some more super chats before the broadcast began. Let's see here. Who else did we have a super chat from? Susan Westfall. Susan, thank you for the super chat. Just booked a Sky Class suite on Oasis for my sister's birthday. Are there any suite perks at Coco Key? No. And is there a dress code for Coastal Kitchen? It's our first real suite. Yes, it's like, what do they call it? Like, not resort casual, but like not business casual, but it's like there is a dress code. It's not the Windjammer, so to speak. So, yeah. Hope that makes sense. It's like, what do you call it? It's like relaxed casual, resort casual. So just something nice. You can't wear your bathing suit in there. Mark Brockelman, thank you for the super chat as well. 196 days till Utopia, 559 Odyssey. Did you ever meet Sailor? I did not meet the chief dog officer. It's just like one of those things like the luck. I was only there for 3 days. my luck didn't line up over there. You should do a podcast with Alana. She ranked Cookie the #1 private island. Hey, that's a great idea. I love Alana. I think that is a fabulous idea. I should do that. I'm going to make a note of that. Thank you. Sometimes I say it's a good idea, and then I'm like, I'm not doing it. This is one of those I'm actually going to do it. Podcast with Ilana, Coco K, ranked 1. Sweet. Let me just make sure which super chat. All right, I'm looking for. I think we're almost there. We're almost there. One last super chat before the broadcast began from Mr. Doug Burton. Whoa. Okay. I've lost the bleeps, the creeps, and the sweeps. Doug Burton, I missed when I restarted everything, I lost your message. So I apologize. Please type your super chat in chat, and I will hook you up again. Karen Carr, thank you for the super chat. 104 days till our first ever cruise, and it's on Star. Can you bring your nice days go skating on the ship? I guess you can. I don't believe it's on the prohibited list. I think it'd be overkill, Karen. I mean, listen, I mean, maybe you're like an Olympic athlete yourself and you don't want to use the freebies, but the heft and pain in the butt that comes with it, to me, seems like it's not worth it. So I'm going to say you probably can, but I wouldn't personally. I think it's a waste of your time, space, and effort. But, you know, I mean, you're the one who's got ice skate, right? Ron Ladowski, thank you for the super chat. Cruising with my young grandson, 6 and 4, thanks to their mom, both already Diamond Plus. What kind of non-alcoholic drinks do you suggest they get with their 5 free drinks per day? For 6 and 4, I mean, you know, Shirley Temples, virgin pina coladas, virgin strawberry daiquiris. Those are big hits with little kids, like my kids. Not that little, but they still like those kind of drinks. Cruiseaholics Anonymous has been a club member for 1 month. Let's go. Ahoy, Matt. What's your favorite quantum class ship? Odyssey of the Seas. What is a must-do on Ovation and Odyssey? Thanks for all you do for us mates. So for Odyssey, you got to go to Playmakers. It's the best setup. It's the best Playmakers in the fleet. It's over in the Seaplex. Fantastic. On Ovation of the Seas, they don't have that. So I would say North Star. If you haven't done it before, you should definitely do that. I think that's totally worthwhile. Brandon White, hello. Ron Ladowski, hello. The Teresa McChange from MEI Travel is here. Welcome, Teresa. Bills fan in the house. Dan Malman is here. Said Teresa already, but hello, Teresa again. Justin Oken from MEI Travel is here. Welcome. Glad to have you joining us here, Justin. Let's see here. Cowboy Valley. I saw it I don't know why. Probably because I got signed out. Anyway, thank you for 5 months. I'm like, there's no way he wasn't a member before. Thank you for 5 months, my friend. 76 days until Harmony Halloween Cruise, 154 to Harmony again, and 358 till Anthem, Alaska. That is a lot of craps cruises right there, because Cowboy Valley loves his crap stable, even more than I do, which is saying something right there. Love that. And Bill, good point about the mocktails. The Royal Caribbean did update the drink package, not drink package, the drink menu on Star, and they'll be on other ships soon. Kenny, Matt needs white chicken chili. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Please send Erica over with the chili, please. Let's see. Next question. Good question so far. Let's go for beans and rice. Does the new drink package change apply to cruises that are already booked? Yes. If your question, let me rephrase your question. If your question is, Matt, I already booked the drink package, I booked it before, like I did the call-in exemption thing, then you're good. But it does apply to cruises going forward. Like it doesn't matter when you booked your cruise, beans and rice. If you got the exemption before the rule change, then you're solid. But going forward, they won't give it anymore. So hope that makes sense. Chris Cross, I love the name. First live, welcome. On the Star, September 21st, what should I see first? We should go to Aquadome Market and eat lunch. That's the best place to eat on there. But I would probably say, listen, everyone's going to go to the Pearl at first. It's always a busy place, but you don't need to go there on embarkation day. It's going to be super busy that day. I'd save it for like a morning or some other time when it's far less busy. Personally, if you want to go to the water slides or the pool, I would hit that first. No question about it. Russell, are all the dining venues open on lunch or embarkation day? It depends. Not all of them. No. Then your next question, Russell, is, okay, Matt, which ones are open? Great question. Look at a past cruise compass, Russell. We keep an archive of them at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. So if we're going on Oasis of the Seas, as an example, go to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, click Cruise Compass, find Oasis, and you know what, Russell? They don't reinvent the wheel. It's always the same restaurants will be open on our vacation days. So they'll give you a much better idea of what to expect. Let's see here. Trino wants to know, why does Royal Caribbean have so many seasoned ships leaving out of Galveston? All the newer ones leave out of Florida. It's a market play, basically. It's a good question. Basically, Florida is the cruise capital of the world. And so there's far more demand for ships and cruises out of Florida, and that's why. Galveston is coming up. When I started RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, Galveston was like really a far less popular port. And that has changed a lot. There's been a lot of changes there and much more demand, but Florida is still the cruise capital. So that's basically why that is. Ryan Anderson, thank you for the super chat. When is the full Star Tour posting? So we're going to film it next week. We didn't film it. Trust me, you don't want me to film it. I mean, I filmed some things. You saw my video already. But Jenna's coming on board on Saturday with me. We're going to film the whole thing. We're going to edit it. So look for it a week from tomorrow is basically the plan-ish. But that's the plan right there. So I know some other channels have gotten their ship tours out. More power to them. But our tour of our quality and ilk and style will be coming out very, very soon. So keep an eye out for it. That'll be the following week. Let me tell you something. We're putting max effort into it, Ryan. This is why when you guys, no one really asks, but if you're ever wondering the super chats and all this and where this all goes back to, things like this, I know you all want to see the ship tour. So we try our best to bring max effort, top quality, no sales pitches in the video, just, here, just the facts, ma'am, and show off the ship. Marine or Marianne, I'm not sure. If I cancel my exemption drink package on the app, will Royal Caribbean cancel my husband's alcoholic drink package? Yeah, don't do that. Because it's going to be a problem later on. So yeah, if you want to cancel it, then cancel it. Otherwise, just that's part of the rule that your grandfathered in. Let's see here. Next question is from KHT Cruz. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the great content. Been watching since 2020. First time catching you live. Well, I'm so glad you're here. That's awesome. I love doing these lives. I mean, we're live every Monday, 7:30. My name is Matt, if you don't know who I am. And this is my best part of the week. Matt's trying to remember his password. It is printer on the floor. Nice. Nice. And Whipple, thank you for the super chat. 67 Days Till Harmony. We have a back-to-back next year on Vision in a grand suite and an owner suite. Do we get free Wi-Fi for those suites? On Vision of the Seas, no, you do not. You'd have to get free Wi-Fi in a suite. You have to be either in an Oasis, Icon, or Quantum class ship. So Vision, being a Vision class, is no. Let's see here. Tony Diaz is here. Felix is here. Welcome. Glad to see all my friends in the chat. Casey just got off an Alaska cruise on Anthem. It was amazing. Dinner in the dining room took longer than on past cruises like Icon Utopia. Is this an Alaska cruise thing or just slow service? I think just slow service. I've been around the fleet a lot since Royal Caribbean updated its speed, and I've seen it go both ways. I've been on some ships where let me give you a great example of this, Casey. I was on Independence of the Seas for 2 cruises in a row, which I think back a couple months ago. And on cruise 1, we had a very slow server, and dinner definitely took longer, like kind of what you're talking about. On the second sailing, same ship, we were moved to a different area, and he had a different waiter. And that food, we were in and out in 70 minutes, something like that. So it really does depend on the waiter. And I think so for that reason, I really believe it's just you had some slow service right there. Let me get a drink of water. Cheers, Mark McChain. Let's see here. Michelle Moran just got off Utopia today. I say nice, but that's probably bad news. So I'm not going to highlight that. But yeah. Jonathan, thank you for being a club member for 6 months, buddy. What are some hidden gems to see or do on Brilliance in October Canada cruise? Ooh. Helipad, going out to the helipad is one of my favorite things, Jonathan. It's so nice to do that, especially when the weather's so nice up there in the Northeast. They do have the self-leveling pool tables. I highly doubt they actually work, as in they actually are turned on to self-level. Theoretically, they should be doing that. And I love the pub. It's vastly underrated. Hard to find because it's kind of like hidden behind the casino, but I do like that quite a bit. Saul, do you have a video so I can get an in-depth look on an Asian cruise? I do not. One of our writers did recently do an Asia cruise, Allie, but I don't think we did a video for that. We did articles about it, Saul. It's over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. NYC Lover for Life, checking in from the Shakedown cruise on Star of the Seas. Nice. Hope we're having a great time on there. Nina, thank you for the super chat. Did you happen to notice Starbucks had the Star of the Seas mug? I forgot to look. One of my friends, Stephanie from Connecticut, I know she collects them. I got to go look for it. So I totally, actually, who's on board the ship? NYC Lover, can you go check? You're not busy or anything on vacation. But Nina, do me a favor. If NYC Lover doesn't do it, and you don't have to do it, NYC Lover, just focus on your vacation. Remind me next Monday, because I'll be on Star of the Seas, in the chat, or fire me an email, and I will go look for you. How about that? I totally forgot to check it out. Tom Elkins from the UK, thank you for staying up late with us. Appreciate you. Julianne, hello. Kelly giving a shout out to the Teresa McShane. Cheers to that. Francesca, you got a great question here. When can I book a February 2028 cruise and want to get the best possible deal here in order to get it? Book as far. Yeah, absolutely. You heard correct. And the answer is soon. Basically, Royal Caribbean puts out its new itineraries traditionally 2 times a year. One in the fall, one in the spring. In the fall, we usually get it around November, December. And then in the spring, it's like February through April, let's say. Now, Francesca, I will post on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com when there is the schedule's out. We don't know it yet. But almost certainly it'll be a couple weeks in November, take a break for Thanksgiving, resume for a week or 2 in December, take a break for the holidays, and then resume in the spring, late winter, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Hello, cruise guy from Adeline and family. Hello, Adeline. How do you feel about the Royal Caribbean credit card and its rewards points? I've talked about this in the past. I'm not a fan of it. I think there are much better credit cards out there. Like, when I say that, I mean there are much better travel credit cards that will give you more points to be able to use for things. Now, of course, the advantage of the Royal Caribbean credit card is you can get, of course, Royal Caribbean free cruises or Royal Caribbean onboard credit, and it's the only credit card that offers that. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. I think you're better off earning points on a better credit card, that earns more points for you per dollar spent that you can use on things like airfare, hotels, and other things that would be more beneficial. Like you'll get better value out of it, even if it's not towards a cruise. But as I think you know, Ryan, Royal Caribbean has hinted strongly that they'll be replacing the credit card soon. So yeah, we'll see about that. Kim Kentrell, thank you for the super chat. Adventure of the Seas on December 26th, my birthday. That's a great birthday cruise. The ports are Puerto Plata, San Juan, Charlotte, Amalie, St. Croix. Any hotel registers for pools for the day. My kids are there hang out at a resort, 13 to 15. For St. Croix, you can't book it in advance, but the Sandcastle Hotel, you can just Google it. You show up there, they sell you a pass. San Juan, the Marriott. If you go to resortforaday.com, I believe you can get one at the Marriott. I've never been to Puerto Plata, so I can't help you out with that one. But the one in San Juan, I've been to both the one in San Juan and St. Croix. Charlotte Amalie, they don't do all-inclusives or day passes in St. Thomas, as far as I know, or at least they're not very good. So you might have to bring your kids to like a beach. I know. But the one in San Juan I can vouch for, the Marriott. I think it's the Marriott Stellaris, if I'm not mistaken. And the one in St. Croix, the Beach Castle? Sandcastle Resort or Inn or something like that. You'll find it when you Google it. It's not bad. So yeah. Let's see here. Do you think Oasis has a nicer solarium than Symphony? Potato, Cody. It's a good question. More or less the same. You know, there's. I like the bar is prettier on Symphony, but that's not a reason I would call it better. Dave coming in with the super chat. Matt rocks, period. Adventure of the Season, 93 days. Nice. Love that. Donna DeRusso Smith. What's up, Donna? Can't wait for Star. Your videos are great. Thank you. I'm on a back-to-back August 31st, September 14th. That is a great way to spend 2 weeks. Brand new ship. Ray and Nancy, thank you for the super chat. Do I have your message, Ray and Nancy? Stand by to stand by. Ray, is it Ray and Nancy like that? Nope. How do you spell your name, Ray and Nancy? Oh, there's no space. That's why I can't find you. Looking forward to seeing kids on the group cruise. Heck yeah, absolutely. In 9 days till Ovation of the Seas. Love it. Awesome. Slew Dog, did you get a chance to try everything in the Aquadome? Yes, Slew Dog. I wrote an entire article ranking them, photos, in-depth review, FaceTime with my neighbor Kenny, showing him the food. Probably not that part. I loved it. The Mai Tai was number 1. The barbecue was 2, and the South American food was 3. But it was excellent. I went there twice on a 3-night cruise. So, yeah, really, really good. James Bushick. James, thank you for the super chat, man. Just sketchy or a scam. One Royal Caribbean webpage offers 55% off an unlimited dining package. The next page only offers 50% discount. Who should contact? None of them. This is what you do, James. You go to royalcaribbean.com, you log into your account, and go through there. Do not book it anywhere else. Just go to royalcaribbean.com, or even the Royal Caribbean app for that matter, but let's just make it simple. royalcaribbean.com, log into your account, find your sailing, and whatever the percent off, James, is irrelevant. It's Royal Caribbean plays this game of like, is this percentage off? Is this percentage off? The reality is, just because the percentage off is higher or lower doesn't actually mean the bottom line price is any different. So you really got to look at the bottom line price, James. But ignore web pages. Just go to log into your account and go there. Next question. These are really good questions, by the way. Michelle Cunningham is here. Michelle Cunningham is a dear friend, a legendary travel agent. Formerly with, I think formerly now at this point, right, Michelle, with MEI Travel. And if not, well, you're still with MEI Travel. Michelle is a wonderful person. I've known Michelle for years and years and years, and one of the nicest, kindest, hardest working people out there. Good to see you, Michelle. Next question. We got a super chat coming in from Lou. 188 days till Star. Is it true you have to enter your party size when you're selecting your Florida destination elevators? No, this is a very common misconception with Royal Caribbean. I believe either MSC or some land hotels require you to do this. With Royal Caribbean, you do not need to enter the amount of people. Like if you have 4 people, you don't hit the button 4 times. There's no option to hit the number of people. It doesn't care. It doesn't count. You just do it once and that's it. What if there's 17 people? Then you won't get in the elevator and you'll hit it for the next one, kind of like what would happen if you were in a regular elevator. But there is no means for it, and you're wasting your own time by hitting it like whatever it is. So you don't have to do that. No. Ronnie Bickers Jr. Ronnie, thank you for the super chat. 110 days till Grandeur of the Seas, I think, because there is no Grand of the Seas. I know Royal Caribbean got stricter with the deluxe beverage package, but I wanted the soda package. My companion doesn't. Do we both have to get it? Nope. That rule only applies to the deluxe beverage package. Good question. Stacy, thank you for the super chat. We are Seattleites. What ship for Alaska? If you're kind of a new cruiser, Stacy, I would recommend any of the ships that go out of Seattle. The Quantum class ships. Which one? It's irrelevant. It really doesn't matter. More or less the same. You're not going to get significant differences. But what I wouldn't do, I would pick those ships over the ships that go out of Vancouver because they're bigger, newer, and more to offer for you. And that's why I think they'd be a good choice for a first timer. Ryan Anderson, thank you for the super chat. Nope. Me and my mom wait for your only LOL, but we sail the 23rd and Star and so excited. Nice. Well, thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. Like I said, we put a lot of effort into the videos and really all the content here, you know. So it is very much appreciated. Let's see here. Let me get a drink of water and then answer our next question. I'm gonna drop my cup. Angela, we'll start at the Seas, deck 9, mid-aft, be too noisy since Central Park is on deck 8. Central Park is many things. Noisy is not something I think of that. I don't think it'd be a problem at all. I've stayed in Central Park, and granted, I'm not in a Central Park on Icon or Star, but I'm pretty sure our staff stayed in a Central Park balcony room, infinite balcony. And infinite balconies are even quieter than regular balconies. So I wouldn't worry about it at all, Angela. I think it'd be totally fine. What is my favorite update to Star? It's a tie right now between Aquadome Market and Back to the Future. Now, I only saw 20 minutes of Back to the Future, but if that 20 minutes holds up, I might actually like that better than the Aquadome Market updates. But those are my top two right now. I have not tried yet, of course, KJ, as you know, the Lincoln Park Supper Club. I'll be doing that next week. Let's see here. Francesca, we answered your question already. Yeah, when is World Crime Blog gonna have a ship tour of Star on upload on YouTube? A week from tomorrow, basically. We're gonna go on board this weekend, film it, record it, properly do it, and it'll be ready. So figure a week from tomorrow. Not yet. Michael wants to know if I ate at the Lincoln Park Supper Club. I have it booked for next sailing. So, yep. The only problem getting on board for just 3 days is I didn't have time to do everything yet. But that's a good thing. I like having things to look forward to. Just as the mug better be there on Wednesday. Okay, so Ashley says there is no special mug on Starbucks OnStar. Check when we got on board. So I suspect we'll probably get it like down the line. But thank you, Ashley, for the confirmation right there. Appreciate it. And my still lover already. What a legend. Going to check it out. But thank you. Jack Reynolds, thank you for the super chat. I'm doing 8. What? What? For real, Jack? Are you really doing 18 in a row? Holy smokes. A lot are shorter, obviously. Are there any supermarkets near the port to stock on 12-pack sodas for each? Yes. Actually, you probably, if you really want like convenience, like Matt, I just want to get in and get out. There's like convenience stores at gas stations a lot closer than the nearest Target, Walmart, or Publix, which would be your best option right there. When you come out of the cruise area, if you go south on A1A, there is I don't remember which brand it is, but there's a gas station. It's a really large one. It's on the right side of the road, and it's got a huge convenience store. I mean, I would be willing to bet you'll get, the price of soda over there is not going to be significantly. I mean, yeah, you could get like a BOGO deal at Publix, but is it worth going all the way over there? To me, no, but I mean, maybe you want more than just soda, but that's where, but yeah, there are. If you just go down A1A, you'll find there's a Publix eventually down there. It's not too far down, but I just feel like the gas station convenience stores are going to do what you need for it. Especially because even if you get a BOGO, you can't bring 4 packs of soda on board. Stacy, thank you again for the super chat. Tips for Alaska on the cheap for anniversary. Ooh, how cheap how flexible are you? Because the number one way to get a cheap Alaska cruise is to go during the going off season. If you can go in the month of September, or you can go in May or early June, you will pay way less than any other month of the year for any other month of the cruise season. Late June, July, and August are far more expensive. If you really are flexible and you can go for last minute, I find like those September cruises in Alaska are always heavily discounted at the end because nobody wants to go because it's September. It's the end of the season. It's colder. Kids are back in school. A variety of reasons why that's the case. Michelle, oh no, Jeff is in the hospital. 3 spine surgeries. Give him an encouragement Rhapsody cruise in February. Listen, the Rhapsody cruise in February is what, Jeff, you need to do to keep your eye on the prize, my friend. Think about all the food you're going to eat, the amazing places you're going to go, the fact that you're going to be enjoying, I love the solarium on board. It's a great ship to go on. No cruise control. Thank you for the super chat. 32 days until Ovation. Thanks for all you do for us cruisers. You are very welcome. We love you and your household name and our home. Question. In your opinion, what's the best month to do an Alaska cruise? It's funny. I just talked about this. I really believe June is the best month. It's not as expensive as July and August. It's still warm-ish for Alaska. And I find the weather's pretty good. Not as much rain in June. I just find it to be like less crowded because it's not nearly the peak yet. You can go early June or late May. That would be my pick personally. Let me get a drink of water. Is this true, Kevin? I met a girl in the Stop and Shop here in Enfield, Connecticut. She was wearing a Liberty of the Sea shirt. She was leaving on a cruise in a few days, so I wish her happy cruising. Hey, I mean, it's no different than like someone walks into a store with a Bills shirt and you're like, go Bills. So, enjoy your cruise, I guess. Let's see. Next question. Lauren, there's very little information about Adventure Ocean. Our daughter will be 15 months when we cruise. What's your best strategy for booking reservations and childcare on embarkation? All right, I'm going to share the secret with you, Lauren. You know why I'm sharing the secret? This was a secret I never told anybody. But I can tell you because I am confident I will not have any more kids. Thus, I can't benefit personally from the secret. And since I'm selfish, this does me no good anymore. So here's what you want to do, Lauren. You get on board the ship. And the nursery will open right around 1 o'clock, I believe, maybe 12. Go up there as soon as it opens. Register your kid. Now, Lauren, when you get there, they're going to tell you, well, Miss Lauren, we're going to give you a certain amount of hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever it is. A certain amount of hours you can book in the beginning. And then after like 2 or 3 days, you can come back and book anything you want. But they want to make sure that like you are not taking up all the slots. Here is my secret. What you'd probably want to do is say, oh, well, okay, well, I want 3 hours on day one. So you'll book 3 hours. No. This is what you do instead. Instead of booking 3 hours on day one, you book like 1 or 2 hours on day one. But Matt, I want 3 hours on day one. Aha, yes. What you do, Lauren, is you're in the system now. And when you go there to drop your baby off, your daughter, say, oh, you know what? I signed up for 2 hours. Can I get 3? In my experience, once you're in, you're usually good. And especially towards the end of the evening, once you get past dinner time, demand really drops off. So that's number one. Number two secret of the nursery is the call in and ask. So you don't have any more time left, or it's the middle of the afternoon. Why would you book a reservation in the afternoon? Your baby's ready for a nap, ready for a feeding, or both. You pick up your phone in your stateroom. You call the nursery. Hey, I don't have a reservation, but you know what? I'd love to bring my daughter up there. Is there any availability right now? I would say 80% of the time that worked out, no problem. So there are, and then of course, after 2 or 3 days, you can go there and make any reservations you want. So there you go. And Whipple, thank you for the super chat. When are the Oasis and Above ships going to go to shorter cruises? They're starting it this month, and Wonder of the Seas will start doing short cruises in August. And then over the next year or two, you'll start seeing the others do the transition. It's not all at once. It's more of a general transition. Let's see here. Stephen Below, thank you for the super chat. Hey Matt, love your content. We have 10 days till Radiance in Alaska, 55 to Oasis group cruise, 201 to the Brilliance group cruise, 460 the second time on Icon. Those are some great countdowns, and 2 of them directly involve me, which is even better. Love it. Tommy wants to know, is it easy to get transportation from Fort Lauderdale Airport to the cruise port? Oh yeah, like Lyft and Uber, taxis, super easy, dude. So yeah. Matt, do you know if Icon Star Hideaway is accessible by elevator? Do you mean for like handicap? Yeah, it has to be. Yes, I don't know where it is. Maybe Ed knows in the chat. I don't know where it is, but I guarantee you it is. It's just a matter of where that elevator is located. I strongly suspect it's somewhere near the Flow Rider because it's like right below it. But if Ed doesn't know or Ed is not in the chat, or well, either way, just ask a crew member. I am certain you'll be able to get there, Matt. Let's see here. Yes, Dennis. Does Star have an elevator to the itineraries? Yes, it does. It's over to the side, as I mentioned earlier in the chat. When you're in the theater, when you first walk in from the stairs, which you wouldn't, it'd be on your left or the right. Again, ask a crew member; they can help you out. Basically, when you get to what's it called, Playmakers, it's right over there. Chris Stell, thank you for the super chat. What's your favorite port and why? Ooh. There are a lot of ports I love for different reasons. Like I love St. John, which of course is from St. Thomas because it's the most beautiful beach in the world. I love Juneau because it has Mendenhall Glacier Park, one of my favorite places to visit in the world. I love Lamp. I love Copenhagen. I think it's a really cool city. I like that quite a bit. So different reasons, you know what I mean? Tanya, thank you for the super chat. We love you, Matt. Thank you. Saturday will be on Star of the Seas. I will be on there as well, Tanya. Looking forward to seeing you on board. Elohim is only 12 years old. Welcome. Glad to have you here. You and Aiden would be best friends. Aiden's not allowed to watch here anymore. Let's see. Next question. Jado, I saw you were the first arrival on Star of the Seas, and you were on there. First off, how was it? Awesome. Was it better than Icon? Very similar to Icon. I wouldn't say better, but very similar. Did you see any of the Royal Caribbean influencers on the ship? Oh yeah, I mean it was all influencers. There were 500 people total. There were about, I'm going to say 20 media, including myself, 5 travel agents, and the rest were all influencers. So I met Loyal to Royal, Trevin Chells, the Cruising Sisters, Ship Facts. Oh man, if I don't name everybody I met, they're all going to get mad at me. Alex Ojeda, Ship Life J, Ship Life J's friend Chris. There were so I met many more that honestly I apologize. I don't remember the name of your channel. A lot of influencers also were not necessarily cruise related. They were just general influencers. So it's kind of neat. Is it true that base camp on the Star is now complimentary? Yes, it's also true on Icon as well, Daniel. That is correct. Kelly, what happens when you go to the new Royal Caribbean private islands that include drinks for the day when you have the drink package? Do you mean, well, private islands like Coco Key are included, then it's extended there. If you're talking about the beach club, then nothing happens. It's irrelevant, I guess is the best way to talk about it, because you still need to pay for a pass for that. But when you say private islands, there's a distinction between like a perfect day or a Labadee and the beach clubs. I think you're probably talking about the beach clubs. And we still ever saying the balcony, Central Park balconies are very quiet. And then now I know exactly where we are in the chat. I'm very far behind. What is next after Legend of the Seas? Oasis 7. And then after that, Ethan, Icon 4. Tim, any news on the new Royal Caribbean smaller ship plans? Nothing yet, my friend. Nothing to report. Sue Sister, thank you for the super chat. 250 days to Icon, 55 to Oasis. Looking for my first Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise and first Diamond cruise. When and how are group members notified of onboard activities? So first thing, Sue, if you haven't already, ask your MEI travel agent to be added to the group me so you can be notified over there. That's probably the best thing to do that. Also, Ron Ladowski, who's in the chat, may be able to help you there. But your MEI travel agent, if you want to reach out to, and they'll be able to share that with you. But they can also give the link to this. Group Me is like a WhatsApp type app we can use to message each other before and during the cruise. And we'll also have the link in there as well. Let's see here. Oh, a question from, I'm surprised this question didn't come up earlier here. B1, do you know if anything is being done to Star of the Seas or what came of the broken slide from Icon? When I was on board Star, the slide was shut down, a frightening bolt. Basically, they're going to do repairs and evaluation in terms of the safety of it and whatnot. So as of right now, I believe it is shut down on both ships for different reasons, but we'll have to see on that. But I've not heard of any updates other than that. Justin says Ovation amplified deck plans are out on the website. Casino's going to be gigantic. Wonderland's being taken out for Hibachi. Is this really true, Justin? Wait, do we know this already? Or did we not know this? Now I'm like, I know they announced obviously the amplification. But you know what? My friend, you gave me some homework here. Can I copy this? No, that would be useful. Justin. Hold on, Justin. I have some homework to do here. There we go. Little homework for the Matster. All right, cool. Did I try the Smash Burger? Do you mean the one at base camp? No, I didn't. Sorry. Are loyalty points earned for comp casino cruises? Yes. Eric, during the preview on Star, did they mention exactly when Royal Caribbean launched the updated fleet-wide barman to the other ships? They did not. It's one of those wait and see. Hang on. I gotta blow my nose, but I gotta do something in my nose. So hold on a second. Image. Standby to standby. Let's see if this works. There we go. Now, how do I hide myself? Hold on. You can still see me here. That's no bueno. Oh, there we go. Okay, we back. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Any plans for members only live chat this month? So it is August. I have an idea. I don't have a specific date yet, so I got to talk to Becky. but I have an idea of something different to do, Slew Dog. Like usually we do it on a different day, but what if we did it right after this live? Like we go from like, we finish at 8:30 and go straight into the members only stream. I was thinking about that. TBD. The answer is no, I don't have any dates yet, but you're right. We have to plan one out. Good question so far. Jack Reynolds, thank you for the super chat. 8, holy smokes, dude. You're doing 18 backed 74 nights. Dude, you should, if you're interested, I would love to have one of my writers interview you for a blog post. Like I spent, 18, like that's a long time for almost anybody. That's awesome, dude. I'm jealous, quite frankly. Don and Judy Goldstein are here. Hello, Don and Judy. Hope you're doing well. Do I have to behave now that Teresa is a mod? Well, you don't have to, Tony, but that would be a start. Let's put it that way. Halcyo, thank you for the super chat. Please name 3 things you like the most on icons that are not present on Oasis class ships. Aquadome Market, a lack of crowds because they do crowd management way better, and also the Pearl Cafe. I mean, I could probably get more than that. Those 3 that jumped out at me. Destination elevators. That's 4. Matt Vocino, thank you for the super chat. Do you know if Icon Star Hideaways is by elevator? Yes, it has to be. When I say has to be, Royal Caribbean ships are ADA accessible. So there's an elevator somewhere. I suspect strongly, Matt, the elevator has to be. I think it's by the bar, but I am certain that it's there. MNB, thank you for the super chat. Are loyalty points earned for casino comp cruises? Yes. Oh man, I've answered all the questions already that we already answered here, but thank you for the super chat, Eric. Appreciate you. I don't have a date yet for when the fleet-wide menu will go fleet-wide. I think they wanted to debut it on Star first. So I suspect, Eric, by maybe the next month or 2, but we'll have to see. I don't have an answer for you, unfortunately. Ainsley, thank you for the super chat. Leaving the megaship behind for the next couple of cruises, what are some of the must-dos on Independence for a week? Ice skating, going to the helipad. Those are 2 right off the bat. One group cruise match tried to drop me off at the nursery, and I wasn't potty trained. Sam B, thank you for the super chat. Hey Matt, what do you recommend to do in San Juan, St. Martin? I'll be going on Star this season in October. San Juan, you don't need an excursion. Just walk off the ship and explore old San Juan. It's really easy to do so. For St. Martin, there's a lot of cool places out here. Somebody, I know last week or 2 weeks ago, we were doing this live chat in here and I was talking about what we should do there. And a number of people recommended a bar with a beach that has an inappropriate name that I can't say here. But if somebody in the chat knows it for Sam, I would appreciate it. Thank you, Don. So the Hideaway has a chair fit lift, I think, at the stairs. There you go. See? Yeah. Had to be for sure. And yes, Space Camp and Icon are free now. Correct. Hotel conditions for Fort Lauderdale. The Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport is fantastic. I stay there all the time. Love it. Pikachu, get tips on anything stats through the casino. Play slots. Don't waste your time on anything else. And bet about, in my opinion, you want to have a bet between like 150 and 250 per spin. It's a good balance of like not blowing through your money completely immediately and not taking 300 years to earn it, and getting decent payouts back when you do hit something. So like $2 a spin is pretty much my comfort zone when I'm trying to earn points. Ken Unser is here. Hello, Ken. Good to see you. Karen Carr, thank you for the super chat. What did you do for Y2K night? What did you wear? I just wore a regular like floral shirt. I thought about it, Karen, and I asked my wife, and she was like, I guess you're supposed to wear white because that's like the Millennium like Backstreet Boys thing. And I'm like, no. That's not happening. So I just wore like anything. I didn't care. I guess you could wear like bright neon, like 90s style. But it just wasn't my style, quite frankly. Jeremy's favorite port is Puerto Vallarta because of the taco tour. I mean, you had me at tacos right there. Man, I go for some tacos right now. Let's see here. Lots of questions, guys. I'm trying to get as many as I possibly can. Kevin, once you plan your cruise and select your room, is it possible to change it? We didn't realize it would be so close to an entertainment venue. To some extent, yes, Kevin. It depends on a couple of factors. If you're past final payment or not, how much, if there are any cabins available to move to, how much they would be, if they're in the same category. If they're the exact same category, let's put it this way, Kevin. If you have like a category, 3C or something like that, and there's another category 3C available, sure, you can move that. So that shouldn't be a problem. But it's one of those situations where it's like the answer is it depends. So you want to talk to traveling. But generally speaking, yes. Even if you're past final payment, if you want to spend more money, Royal Caribbean usually looks the other way about the rules on that. Jay Osteen, thank you for the super chat, Jay. I heard you're doing a back-to-back that might get you a lunch or something in between while waiting. Do you know they might do that on an adventure? In my experience, Jay, when you're doing a back-to-back cruise, the back-to-back lunch depends on the sailing. When we were on Independence of the Seas, they did offer it, but other cruises I've done, they haven't. So it's kind of like, it depends. Like if, I don't know how many people are on board for the back-to-back and how busy they are and other things like that. I'm not sure. So it's kind of a lame answer for you, Jay, but it's the best answer I got. Sorry, I'm drooling all over myself here. Jack Reynolds, thank you for the super chat. Again, I'll do an interview. I'm a digital nomad. Nice. Send me an email, matt@royalcaribbeanblog.com, M-A-T-T, Jack. And one of my writers will reach out to you. I think it's a really cool idea to talk about because people like you are not that frequent. People really, I think a lot of people find it really interesting. People who, digital nomads, people who, quote unquote, live on a cruise ship or can live on a cruise ship for a little bit of time right there. Chris Casebeer, thank you for the super chat. I heard Royal is buying land in Alaska. Any information on their plans? Yes. So they're buying land in Juneau. If you're familiar with Juneau, there's the traditional port area where the ships go now. There's a place called Douglas Island, which is literally across the harbor, and Royal's building its own cruise terminal over there. It's a little controversial because, number one, the people in Juneau claim that they got no warning about it. Two, it kind of bypasses the main port area. Royal says it's to help ease congestion. The people in the port think it's for different reasons. I don't know. It's complicated, but yes, they did. It appears so, but it'll be at least a couple years before that terminal is open. I think like at least one or two more to go. Anne Marie coming in with a super chat. Hello, Anne Marie. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, it's funny. You have your name is almost identical to another Anne Marie with a very similar last name, but I thought it was her, but it's not. But nonetheless, I'm happy you are here, Anne Marie. But I don't see a message from you. Let me see if I can find it. Oops. Hold on. Stand by to stand by. I thought I saw your other message, Anne Marie. Anne Marie. Will Diana Ross perform the naming on August 20th? Yes. August 20th. The ship's starting the season staying in port till like 10 o'clock. And yes, she is. Did I see Back to the Future? I saw 20 minutes of Back to the Future. They're only doing a preview when I was on board. So I will see it when I go over there. Please talk about passengers' food opinions on main dining room. Please. Passengers have opinions on main dining room food. I mean, there's all sorts of opinions in Nivea. I personally don't put a lot of stock in them. Food is so subjective. I mean, if you go look up your favorite restaurant, your favorite food, I'm sure you'll find negative reviews of that. And all that means is that those people are crazy. No, it just means we all have different opinions on food. I don't really put much stock into it. There are people that think Royal Caribbean's food is terrible. There are people think it's great. Personally, I think it's pretty darn good. But beyond that, it's just simply opinions. That's all. Actually, Steve Walker, that's not the bar I was talking about, but that is another bar with an inappropriate name I can't say on the stream. But there is a different one someone was recommending the other day. But thank you. Brandon, thank you for 2 months of being a club member. 151 days to explore. We booked chops for embarkation lunch. First time doing any specialty dining. What are your go-to items of the chops for lunch, excluding the filet? The problem is the lunch menu is pretty limited. I don't know that I would recommend anything else other than filet. I mean, you could do salmon, but why would you get salmon at a steak restaurant? Granted, I've done that before, but I feel like it's either steak or I don't even know what's on the lunch menu besides filet. I mean, if the ribeye's there, I'd go for that or the New York strip. Not a bad compromise. So one of those two. Okay, it looks like they've updated the deck plans for Ovation, but not yet for Liberty. Thank you, Willie. No, I definitely have homework for tomorrow. The casino's taking over the bottom floor of the old music hall, at least what the deck plans say. I mean, if it's printed on the internet, it must be true. Thank you, Justin. You just gave some homework here for our staff, which is great. What's my favorite Labadee excursion? Honestly, Katie, nothing. Hang out. I mean, a cabana, I suppose. I take that back. I do like a cabana, so I lied. Cabana, but I wouldn't do anything that takes you off the beach, like fishing excursions, something like that. I think it's a waste of time. But cabanas are really nice. I like the barefoot beach cabanas, especially. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. No message from Ryan. Oh wait, I got you, Ryan. Matt, going on a Christmas cruise, first cruise. It's supposed to be a stop in Haiti, Labadee. Any word if that will change? As of right now, no, but probably. I mean, they just canceled a bunch of cruises to Labadee, Haiti, going through the end of November, or the end of October into November. Anyway, it's one of those things, Ryan, where you got to just wait. There's no, it's just if and when there is a change, they'll let you know, but there's no way to know in advance until then. That makes sense. Amy, thank you for the message, rather. Thank you, Kelly from MEI. Got us great deals on our Allure sailing. Nice. Kelly does a great job over on at MEI Travel. We love them. All the travel leaders do at MEI Travel. Dave, you're holding up very well. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate it. Actually, I'm shocked I've not been sneezing up a storm this whole time, but weirder things have happened. How early can you book Royal Caribbean cruise typically? Up to about 2 years in advance. OMG Squad, what are your thoughts about the Oasis class moving to less days? Not sure about it, as this seems to be copying Carnival. I think it's less to do with Carnival and just simply, I think they're looking at the market. Royal Caribbean has said that basically there's a lot of demand for shorter cruises. More millennials are cruising. Right now, half of the people that go on a cruise are millennials, and millennials prefer shorter sailings. And so I think they're trying to time the market or adapt to the market, however you want to look at it. And I also think they're looking at it also strategically, OMG. So if you forget about the millennial thing for a second, what they're really looking at is what if we have the best ships in the world, which we do. But what if we have the best ships doing the 7-night cruises, which are the Icon class, and then we have the best ships in the fleet, best ships in the world doing short cruises, the Oasis class. So you have, for new cruisers, they're going to either book a short cruise or a 7-night cruise, and we have the best possible ships to attract them and retain them. And I think that's I really believe that is the logic, if you will. So the answer to your question is it's a business decision more than anything. Would I prefer the Oasis class doing 7-night cruises? Sure. But I mean, I do like Utopia doing short cruises, and I wouldn't mind Wonder anyway, just to have that in both Port Canaveral and Miami. I don't know that I would go to the lengths of having like all but one do them, but I understand why they're doing it. So why Diana Ross? Because she's a star. I mean, star of the seas. That's definitely in the grand scheme of godmothers, I feel like, I mean, that definitely fits the bill right there. Gina, how reliable is Voom internet? Fantastic. Really reliable. I use it all the time to do work. I've had nothing but great experiences ever since they switched over to Starlink, which was a couple years ago. They fine-tuned it, and now when I go on a ship, I don't even think twice about it. I was in Norway. It worked flawlessly. I'm going to drink a water right there. Let's see. Orlando and Eva Brown. Thank you for the super chat. 37 days Elevation Diamond after this cruise. Congratulations. Love that. And Ronnie coming with another super chat. If you have bookings with 3rd and 4th passengers free, but one or the other doesn't show up to sail, are there fees that you get back? Yes, you'll get the port fees and taxes back. You won't get a refund, obviously, on anything else. But yes, you would get the port fees and taxes back because you would have paid for them when you booked the cruise. And obviously, since they're not going, those get refunded like a week or two after that. How strict is the minimum age at the escape room? Very strict, unfortunately. I mean, my oldest daughter really wants to do it, but they won't let her in yet. My understanding is they're very strict about it. I don't know why. I guess they assume it's a maturity level thing, but I don't know. Nismail, do Royal Genies offer exceptional service no matter which type of, star class suite, or more expensive suites, the better service? No, they give you, Nismail, I can tell you definitively, the Genies give you excellent service regardless of which cabin you have. So yeah, it's not like a sliding scale if that's your concern. Luke, have you ever heard of somebody not being allowed on the ship because they booked a guarantee room and they overbooked? One time, and this was back in like 2022, I think. And it was in Australia at a time in which Australia still had COVID rules in place. That is not even a consideration, Luke. The answer is, in this day and age, we're in 2025, 3 years, not once. And even that one thing was a COVID rule. No. So don't worry about that. La Floating Adventures is here. Welcome. John DiMuccio. Hello, John. Considering our first Mediterranean cruise with 3 kids, too much to go, better staying in Italy enjoying this life versus cruise. No. Why? Then if you're on a land, you got to take care of your own kids and there's no drink package. No. Listen, go with kids in general. Forget Italy for a second, John. No matter what cruise you're on, when you have kids, especially, well, your kids are fairly older and they're not like, toddlers. You got to move to their pace. Some days you got to say, you know what? We're not going to do every single thing we could have done if it was just the adults, but that's not a bad thing. You just have to adjust. And I think for the experiences, taking them to those places, Italy and Greece, heck yeah. I would not do a land vacation. I think cruising is definitely the way to go. What's my favorite bar on board? The Mason Jar Bar. I really like that quite a bit. Erica Schmidt, can you get better deals with Next Cruise or booking it yourself online? It's not quite, how do I say this? Next Cruise is only available when you book, how do I say it? You should not wait to book a cruise. If you're sitting at home right now, you want to book a cruise, book your cruise now. Don't wait. But if you're on board the ship, Erica, then yeah, Next Cruise is great. So take advantage of that. Does that make sense? I think that's kind of what you're asking in reality, but yeah. Steve F., thanks for the super chat. Doing a back-to-back on Utopia in January. Can you do a special restaurant for lunch on a turnaround day between 2 legs? Yes, absolutely. 100%. Because, of course, they'll be open, when the new sailing begins, so to speak. So, yeah. Kevin, to access the hideaway versus via accessibility issues, you go through the windjammer and they let you through a passage. There you go. That's even better. Fantastic. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you. Let's see. I'm just laughing at who you think should be the Legend of the Sea's godmother. Which ship has the best escape room? I think Oasis has a really good one, but I've not done the escape room on Icon or Star, so I really don't have a good point of comparison on that. I really do need to try that one out. Jack Reynolds. Jack, thank you for the super chat. I don't see a message from you, Jack. Oh, I found it. Crazy question. Say they're overbooked and there's a cruise ship in another terminal in port. Could you feasibly give a room on the other cruise? No, it doesn't work that way. There's logistical issues. Number one, your scenario would never happen. Number two, your scenario would never happen. Number two, when they deal with overbookings, they take care of it beforehand, so they move you to a different sailing on a different day. You can't be like, it's not like if there's like a Marriott and a townhouse suites like next to each other, could you move down the street, that kind of thing? It doesn't work quite that way. The scenario would play out that if they didn't get enough volunteers, then they would call you beforehand. Like, hey, by the way, we're moving you're getting kicked off and we're doing this. But I say it will never happen. It's so unlikely to happen that it's not even worth discussing in practical terms, because it's just not going to happen. People, the offers Royal Caribbean gives to get volunteers is phenomenal. It's crazy. Cassie, thank you for the super chat. Would you recommend booking Guarantee Junior Suite? As long as you're okay with the junior suite that you get, either being in a weird location, like maybe all the way forward or all the way back, and or having an obstruction, then sure, you can save a lot of money, Cassie. I think it's a great idea. Oops. I was bandy, Cassie. That'd be a bad thing. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Michael, thank you for the super chat. Best way to experience Mendenhall Glacier. Ooh. I I mean, you can make the argument to take a helicopter and go walk on the glacier. I probably agree with, I mean, personally, I'm too scared to do that, but I would agree that's probably a great way. Truthfully, the easiest, simplest, and you feel like you saw a glacier experience is to simply go to the park, take a taxi or a bus over there, and take the Nugget Falls Trail. When you get to Nugget Falls, you'll see both the waterfall and the glacier, and it's fantastic. Anthony Serrano, thank you for the super chat. 118 days to star. Do they offer wild bands? They do indeed. Yes, absolutely. Don B, thank you for the super chat. Matt, does Royal Caribbean have itineraries to see the Northern Lights? No. Is there an itinerary you would recommend to see the Northern Lights? Unfortunately, not. The problem with the Northern Lights, Don, is that the best time to see the Northern Lights are in winter. And both Alaska and Norway, you don't have cruises then. I mean, is it possible to see the Northern Lights at the very beginning or the very end of the season? Yes, but there's no guarantee of that. There's no like, hey, this sailing is for that. It doesn't really happen. So really, if you wanted to see it on Royal Caribbean, I would say you'd have to take either the first sailing of the season in either Alaska or Norway, or the last one, and hope for good weather conditions and the atmosphere being sufficient so that actually doing that. So you're right, Kenny. It is overtime officially. I was watching the time go by. I was like, oh, Kenny's got the message ready to go. Absolutely true. Free chat time. Well, we got another minute or two, and we're gonna head on out of here because it's a school night. Samantha's got to go to bed tonight. I mean, CNG Delta says I saw some faint northern lights on my last cruise in September. There you go. Jose, if my wife doesn't make it on the cruise, I got my money back on the drink package and excursions. Do you mean like not during the cruise, right? Like before the cruise? Yes, absolutely. If your wife no shows for a sailing, all of her purchases get refunded, canceled after the sailing begins. And yeah. William Edmonds, thank you for the super chat. Love your videos. You have been a huge help. My wife and I are taking our first Royal Caribbean cruise next month. Nice. I love that. I'm so glad to hear that this has been very, very helpful. Fantastic. Thank you for your generosity, William. I appreciate you. Thank you, Grateful Frank. Great name, by the way. But thank you. Cool. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our time here because it is, actually, we'll answer one more question from Kevin. First time doing New England, Canada. Any entertainment shows on board? There are shows on board. They're nothing like amazing. It's not Back to the Future or Wizard of Oz, but they're fun. They're nice. It's a lot of like singing and dancing. So I would say, yes, there are shows on board. There'll be a comedian on board. The only thing I don't recommend seeing on there, Kevin, is like if they have a magician or a juggler or an illusionist. No, go do almost anything else. Some people think I'm crazy for that one, but I think I'm warning you in advance. You're welcome in advance. All right, all. Thank you all for being here. Next week we'll be live on Star of the Seas. I'm really excited to go back on board. So looking forward for that one. And until then, check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thank you to all of our super chatters today. You guys were amazing. And thank you to all of our chatters today. We have such a wonderful community. I'm so proud of this community. Thank you for being here. Until next week, have a great week, everybody. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Good night, Samantha. Bye, everyone.